Welcome to the Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems for Agriculture Risk and Reward webinar series. This webinar series is supported by 4 faculty, starting with Dr. Mengmeng Gu at Texas A&M AgriLife, Rusty Rumley, staff attorney at the National Agricultural Law Center, Dr. Jo Marie Maha, remote sensor engineer at Clemson University, and Dr. Jim Robbins with the University of Arkansas System, Division of Agriculture. The purpose of this session is to provide an overview of the webinar series. This session is part 1 of a 7-module series. It is important to note that these webinars are partially supported by a grant from the Southern Extension Risk Management Education Center. Let's get started. There is no doubt that drones are an emerging technology. One metric to acknowledge this fact is based on a Google search of literature over the past 25 years. There has clearly been an exponential growth in interest in this topic. However, with this emerging technology has come a great deal of hype. A goal of these webinars is to help attendees be better prepared to properly understand this technology to minimize their risks. With that in mind, let's be specific about what we hope to achieve and what we will not cover in these webinars. What we hope to achieve through this series of webinars includes introduce attendees to Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems, or SUAS. Improve understanding of flight regulations, types of platforms and sensors, data processing, potential agricultural uses, and liability issues. Help participants make improved decisions to match the best SUAS with their needs. And fourth, to help participants better understand risks associated with SUAS use. What we will not cover: we will not teach you how to fly an SUAS. We will not teach you specifics about agricultural production. And lastly, no topic will be covered in great detail. This is a general primer. As an example, the webinars will only spend 75 minutes discussing the workflow of processing aerial images when this single topic could easily require days or weeks to fully cover. Again, the goal of this workshop is to simply provide a general overview so users have a basic understanding of these topics. Again, simply to mention that this is one webinar in a series of 7. The webinar team has developed several handouts that are available at the URL on your screen. Contact one of the presenters directly, or notice on the right panel of this webinar, there's a drop-down menu that has the handouts available. When discussing the use of drones in agriculture, it is easy to understand that there are lots of issues surrounding this topic. These include the types of aircraft, types of sensors, big data generated by aerial imaging, applications, software and image processing, flight regulations, issues of privacy and nuisance, and liability. Again, these series of webinars will attempt to cover all of these topics so attendees feel better prepared to make improved decisions. To give some background on this group of presenters, the University of Arkansas and Clemson have been using SUAS for agricultural applications since 2010. Drs. Robbins and Maha have been certified by the FAA to fly UAVs either through a COA or more recently, the remote pilot certification process. Rusty Rumley, a staff attorney at the National Agricultural Law Center, brings years of experience in this area to the webinar team. With that introduction and overview, let's move on to the content in the remaining webinars. We hope this series helps reduce your risk in dealing with drones for agricultural applications.